guys, it's Jeremiah with Stone Blue Airlines. Today we're taking a look at the new Vetera 1972 Chevrolet K10 Ascender. This is a crawler that's out from Horizon in their Vetera line of vehicles. Really cool. So this one comes ready to run out of the box. Just need to add a battery and a charger. Of course, it comes with a remote, all the batteries and everything that you need to fire that up. You are going to need a slim pack or a 2-cell pack to run in this. And just love the scale detail on this. I mean, it really looks cool. It'd be really neat to see one of these kind of de-stressed and even made more realistic. I'm not sure if I'm going to spend the time on that or not. Thought about even adding some lights and stuff, but I just love the scale detail. The tires are really nice, super squishy. Got a lot of grip to it, and in true FPV fashion over here at Stone Blue Airlines, we're going to drop some FPV gear in. So I want to show you how I've done that and what my setup is on the Vetera. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun with it. Send it out, maybe on a little mission, and show you guys what the DVR looks like from onboard FPV. But crawling is a pretty big thing in the car side, and huge competitions. And this time of year, it's also a great addition if you're into the RC hobby, you're addicted to FPV, and you want a cool little platform that you can send out in the snow or run in the backyard and stay in the warmth of your house. Plug your FPV system up to a big screen and just have some fun. So let me go ahead and take the body off, and we'll show you how I set up my FPV system. Alright, so I've taken the body off, and setup on these, or really any RC car, is pretty straightforward. The biggest thing that you want to look at is, depending on your setup and or battery needed to run on a car like this, you just want to take into account maybe what your FPV system can handle. So in regards to this vehicle, it's running 2-cell, and I know that on the system that I wanted to run, I need to basically do a step down voltage, because I'm going to do a micro cam installation on this one that I had laying around the shop from another aircraft that decided to retire itself. And so this first thing that we basically want to do is we're going to add a JST connector. So I went ahead and desoldered my EC3 connector. I don't use those. Everything I run is XT60 now. And then I just run my JST connector into there to basically tap off power. So we're going to be running on 7 volts coming out of this. And then from there, I'm going to show you, but we're going to go into a step down BEC that will then give us 5 volts to run our micro cam. Now, this particular car also does like a smaller pack, but I found I've got a 2-cell pack laying around, and although it's not ideal, it works fine. And I plan to take this one off-roading and do a little bit of, you know, all sorts of FPV fun with it. And the 3.3 that I've got here, 2-cell, our jet fuel line, will work just fine. It'll still fit in there even though it's a smaller car. Horizon, of course, does sell the correct size battery. It's like a little short stubby one, 2-cell. I did read online, the ESC does look like it can take a 3-cell setup, but the preference is definitely 2-cell. You're not dealing with the speed demon here. You want to just drive it around slow, lots of low gear ratio range, and have some fun. So now we've got our FPV system set up. I've got it powered. Let's check here. Yep, everything's powered up. So we're going to go ahead and show you what I did on the body and how I added my FPV system. Alright, so the body's back on, and what I've done is I've installed one of our Cobra UBECs, our BEC, on here. It's a 6 amp, more than enough for what we're doing here. And so this is going to take our 2-cell pack, step it down like it's a single cell, and we're going to be installing one of our little micro cams here from FX. You can find those in the store. I also do a split cam now. This is one I've had for quite a while. We do a split cam now, which is even a little smaller profile. So for initial setup, I'm going to go ahead and just mount this guy right up here on Velcro, because again, we're dealing with a crawler that's nice and slow. So I've got our micro cam. We've got a JST connection that's going to then run down to our BEC, our UBEC, that's going to drop our voltage. And then from there, I've got our JST that was underneath the chassis, and that's connected in. So everything is removable, so if I decide to go mudding with this or take it off-road and really kind of goof around, I can seal up the JST connector and basically take it off-road, have a good time, and remove everything with quick Velcro. Now you could do a hard installation, which I might do as well. I'm toying with the idea of mounting the camera down a little bit lower, but as you'll see from the footage coming up, it really looks like you're kind of looking through the windshield on the way the thing is set up and the height due to the wide angle that these small cams have. So we're basically going to just plug this up and our FPV installation is done. Alright, so we've got our FPV installed. Our system is powered up. We're running off the stock battery on the car. And here is our view. So as you see, it's got a great view angle coming off the vehicle, looking right down the hood. You're fully able to control it. Have really no issues of reference on it. You could move the cam around a little bit, so let's just do that just for the sake of messing with it. So, I mean, you could do all sorts of fun stuff with it, including, you know, you could do a switcher and have multiple cam angles. So for a simple basic setup and something that you can drive around the house, you got pillows in the home, you can do all sorts of fun creative rock crawling courses in the house without having to spend a lot of money. This is a great way to do it. So enough talking about the vehicle and how it's set up. Let's go ahead and put this thing to the test and show how this thing works in the real world. Or I should say in the micro crawling world. Alright guys, take a look at the footage. We'll be right back. Alright guys, that about wraps up our video for today. Thanks for checking out today's video on the Vetera. If you're looking for a cool small crawler with lots of torque, nice realistic design and easy layout, check out the Vetera Chevy K10 Ascender. Really like this one, pretty slick, little rig, and look forward to spending some more time on this. Also, something else to note, it's also a great way to get other people into FPV and give them a test run. It's a whole lot easier sometimes than throwing somebody up on a plane or a quad that you've got, letting them mess with that, but pretty much everybody can figure out how to drive and steer. And that's what I love about these, doing demos here at the shop. So Guys, thanks for watching today's video. We'll see you next time.